What up, people? Today I wanted to go over some lighting. I tried my hardest to set this room up so that way I really don't have to move anything around. Anything that I want to do, I can just get straight to the point and do it. The only thing that's been kind of a bother for me is these lights back here. Because if I'm trying to record a YouTube video and I'm trying to go this way, I put lights over there, it shines into these, reflects back, creates a lot of problems for me. And then two, they're just huge in the first place and they just take up so much space. I also have these lights and these lights for when I'm streaming. I also have a ring light up top. And there's just cables and power cords, and a lot of the stuff is controlled through Stream with Amazon Alexa plugs, and then I have multiple things and power strips, and it's just gotten too out of hand. So what I did is I kind of went overboard, and I got the Elgato Keylights. Now, if you're like me and you don't do a whole lot of research into things before you buy things, you wouldn't have realized these things are this big. These things are massive. I also turned these on already, and they're blinding. Like, this is overkill. I have two. Now you'll notice I don't have the stands attached to them, and that's because I bought mine on eBay, got both of them for the price of one, which to me is a really good deal. That's the whole reason why I went with the big key lights instead of the Keylight Airs, which is the way that I was gonna go. But hopefully I can pull all this stuff out of here. They take up a lot less space, even though they are massive. And then I can set them up with Stream controlling it to make the lights brighter, to adjust the color temperature in the room, so that way my lighting's a little bit better on Stream. If you guys didn't know, I stream over on Twitch, ClarkeAfterDark. You can also get cool merch like this. Link is down in the description. I do a lot of different things. But for now, let's go ahead and get these lights set up and see if we like them. All right, so this pretty much here is the lighting that I'm currently dealing with. This is with just the two umbrella lights on, so that way it can evenly light up my face. It's a very soft light. It's very spread out. It's not direct light, so you're not getting any kind of like highlight spots or anything like that. And then I have that one ring light over top that just kind of fills all this in. I think the ring light is going to stay, but as far as the other lights, I just want them to go. The other two lights up here are really only up there for when somebody redeems the blind me or solar flare thing in my stream. That way the lights can go really, really bright. Obviously with the other lights just being incandescent bulbs, couldn't really do that with those, so I had to have an entirely different light source. So the main goal here is to dumb it down to as few lights as possible, try to achieve the same effect while also having the interaction that Twitch can do. Also, I like the fact that those lights I can control from my Stream Deck, as well as software on my phone and stuff like that to basically just dial in the lighting exactly how I want it. So let's go ahead and switch over to those and see how it looks. All right, so I actually got the lights installed. This is how it looks right now with the setting. Still kind of playing around with it a little bit. The lights are at like 17% right now, which is ridiculous. They definitely put off a lot more even light than the umbrella lights. And then the fact that I can control them later for that whole blind me effect. And it just saves so much room over here, it's ridiculous. Not to mention when I'm recording from this side, I can just turn these lights off, put lights over there, and it's not reflecting the way that it was before. Because I couldn't put lights over there because those big umbrellas are basically giant reflectors. And it's just reflecting the light back at the camera, and it was a whole big thing, and I had to move stuff around. It just sucked. But what I can do real quick is I can show you guys the software right here. I kind of wish it was able to like move around and stuff. It looks like it's just a little menu down at the bottom, which seems to be, not great. Not gonna lie to you, because yeah, it keeps like popping up and losing on me. I'm not a fan of that. But as you can see from right here, I can just go completely change the look of the stream. If I want more of like a warm light, I can kind of like dial this thing in. Just got it right here for right now. Okay, so I got it at 35% right now, and then I can go all the way up to 100 on both of these, which is unnecessary, honestly. Like, I can't see that great right now. Like, it's really hard to see the screen. It's kind of hard to tell for your side. Let me go ahead and turn off the automatic exposure on my camera. Give me 1 second. Let me mess with that. Yeah, yeah, the camera doesn't like that. So, that's how bright it actually is. My face is like super white. Luckily this camera does a really good job with it. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to turn off automatic exposure for that. Let me go ahead and turn these back down so that way I don't go fully blind. So that's where I had them at before with that exposure. So it's pretty ridiculous, the brightness they get up to. Let me go ahead and turn back on that automatic exposure. But yeah, as you can see from right here, like that's plenty of light. I mean, I can crank them up a little bit more if I really want to. I don't want to go too high with it because then, you know, blindness. But yeah, I actually really like these. And again, the fact that I can control them from my phone or the computer. So as you can see, they're on behind me. This is only at like 30%. Let me turn them up to 100 real quick, just so you can kind of get an idea of how bright these things get. So as you can see, these things get really bright. It's kind of overkill. And I don't suggest ever running them that high because like it's blinding. But now as you can see with them off, it definitely improves the whole general look behind me. It's not as crowded with all the lighting. And now I can actually put lighting on that side of the room that's not going to reflect off of this. So as you can see now, I have the lights off behind me. I have moved one of those lights over to here. That way I can get a nice light on my face when I'm recording this direction. I no longer have the reflections from the umbrella light in the background. I think it looks a lot cleaner with just these two panels here. These panels are a lot bigger than I thought they were going to be, but they give off a lot of light. It's very even light. The fact that I can control them and I can run them about 20% is kind of ridiculous. But just to give you an idea of like how bright they get, let me turn them on at 100%. And as you can see, they're just kind of blinding. Like this is ridiculous. Yeah, so for me, I'm probably going to run them right about here, which is around 20%. But overall, I do like the lights a lot. My only complaint is if your network is not split off into a 2.4 and a 5 gigahertz network, you're going to have some problems setting these things up. I had a lot of problems with them. I still can't get the remote app on my phone to work. I got it to work 1 or 2 times, and then it just does not want to connect for some reason. I don't know if that's something with my phone or the computer. The computer also had problems running it, mainly because I'm on an Ethernet connection. I turned on the Wi-Fi. I wasn't able to set them up that way. I actually had to set them up on the phone, and then it linked to the computer. It was a whole mess. So getting them connected can be a little bit of a difficult process. Some people don't have problems with it. Some people like me had tons of problems with it. I'm not too concerned with the fact that I cannot connect it to the mobile app because I'm mainly going to be using it on the computer and through the Stream Deck anyway. I'm not too big of a fan of their software, the way that it's just a little pop-up menu. I really wish that it was like an actual thing that popped up. I don't really like the little tray icons down at the bottom. But I also don't know if there is a problem with these units because, again, I did buy them off of eBay. I bought them used. I have both lights for the price of one, so I thought it was a pretty good deal. I planned on mounting them from the ceiling anyway, so the fact that they didn't come with stands, not an issue for me. But once I got them connected to my computer, they're running fine. They're running over Ethernet to my router and then back to these guys with the Wi-Fi connection. So they are working. It's just really disappointing that I can't get the app to work. I don't know exactly what the problem with that is. I have to dig into it a little bit more, but again, I'm not really too concerned with it because I plan on controlling it mainly from my computer anyway. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this one. I plan on doing another video sometime soon of like how I run my stream and what kind of like automations and stuff that I have. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that way you can see when the video comes out. I'm very irregular with YouTube. I just have so much more going on. I'm way more regular over on Twitch. If you want to go follow me over there. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And depending on the day, I kind of stream a little bit longer. Also got my cool ClarkeAfterDark merch. If you guys like that, like the hats, I have mouse pads, shirts, all kinds of things. Link is down in the description. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.